Earlier this season, when the F1 drivers got a well-deserved summer break, we saw most of them resort to private vacations with their most loved ones. For some, it was their family. For others, it was their significant other. For the McLaren driver Lando Norris, it was the latter. The star was not shy about posting his vacation pictures online with his model girlfriend of that time, Luisinha Oliveira. First up, we look at the relationship. The 22-year-old Formula One sensation Norris was never the one to keep his relationship away from the limelight, as we regularly saw him post about it on his social media, and so was the case for his model girlfriend, Luisinha Oliveira. Luisinha herself is also no stranger to the spotlight. The 22-year-old herself is a Portuguese model and has worked her way up doing major modeling gigs and projects. The pair had been dating for just a little over a year, as we found out through his Instagram post 3 weeks ago. We still remember when he made their relationship official for the first time by posting an adorable picture of the two on Instagram. This sent his fans into a frenzy and also got a comment from his then teammate Carlos Sainz Jr. saying, "It's official." Adding to this, we saw the duo make multiple appearances together, be it on the track at various Grand Prix events or even at the Brit Awards 2022, where they both came together. Not only that, but it was only a couple of weeks ago that the duo were seen together on a romantic holiday in Ibiza. The pictures that came from this trip had the fans in awe of their relationship, as they really were wholesome to say the least. Luisinha Oliveira also brought her modeling game to help Lando Norris with his clothing line, as she was often seen modeling for his brand Quadrant and helping him set it up. So clearly the fans were in shock when they heard about the couple parting ways out of the blue. Next up, the split announcement. Lando clearly surprised everyone when he took to Instagram to officially announce his breakup with Luisinha Oliveira. Norris posted on Thursday with a long and heartfelt caption about his relationship, and further in the message, he made it official that the star was parting ways with his model girlfriend. The McLaren star wrote that the decision to break up was mutual for the two of them, and it was something that the pair did after a lot of time and consideration. He also mentioned that despite breaking up, the pair will remain good friends and will be there for each other when needed. Not only this, but the McLaren man also wished his now ex-girlfriend Luisinha all the best for her future endeavors and told the fans that he wishes her the world and that she's a strong woman with nothing but kindness to offer. The 22-year-old Formula One star also requested his fans to respect their decision and, more importantly, Luisinha's privacy moving forward. This just shows how respectable he is being towards this whole situation and how much maturity he's handling the matter at hand. While this was all that we got from his perspective, the Portuguese model is yet to speak her mind on the matter. All that the fans got from her as of yet was an Instagram post she put up earlier this week with the cryptic caption, "Enjoy every given moment." It's clear that as time will go on, we'll get further insight as to what caused the two to part ways. Moving on, how are the fans reacting to the breakup? The fans were completely clueless that heading into the Dutch Grand Prix, they'll get this news. And honestly, they're not to be blamed, because it was just a week ago that we saw him and Luisinha all cuddled up in Ibiza during Formula One's summer break. Not only that, just a couple of weeks ago, the driver posted a one-year anniversary post on his Instagram account with the Portuguese model tagged in it, and the fans were here for it. So to say that we got some shocked reactions from the fans won't be wrong. Mostly, we just saw fans and the McLaren driver wish him and his ex-girlfriend all the best in their personal lives. Fans were also quick to applaud Lando Norris for making sure people respect Luisinha's privacy now that they had split up. But there were also some fans who were rather gutted at the announcement of their breakup, as they were so involved in their relationship that they developed a liking for it. And that was the case for a lot of fans online who loved seeing this duo together at award shows and other sporting events, but alas, it had to end. Now, in other news, let's look at Lando's on-track partners scuffle. As Formula One's silly season for 2022 continues, we're daily getting updates and insights as to what next year will look like in accordance with the teams and drivers. McLaren Racing has found itself in the middle of a controversy. As we all know, Lando is a fine prospect and a young sensation in Formula One, so it comes as no surprise that McLaren is not getting rid of him for the next year. His teammate, the loved Aussie driver Daniel Ricciardo, however, is set to part ways with the team and his on-track partner Lando. This news was perhaps the highlight of the Formula One silly season so far, as only earlier this year did Ricciardo tell fans that he was staying at McLaren. It turns out that in a series of unfortunate events relating to Daniel not being able to perform as well as Norris in the same McLaren car, the team had to make some tough choices. As a result, we saw Daniel parting ways with the team and McLaren welcoming the much-awaited Formula 2 champion Oscar Piastri to their roster. Now, this was big news, as Formula One fans have waited for a long time to see Oscar drive an F1 car, and they're finally getting to see it. This will mean that next year we will see Lando race alongside Oscar for McLaren. This will be a sight, as they both are known for accomplishing big things so early in their racing careers. Up next, more about Norris's season so far. Despite not being in the top ranks for the drivers fighting for the World Championship, Lando Norris is performing really well for a car that clearly has some issues of its own to resolve. The British driver has consistently outperformed his teammate Daniel Ricciardo in winning most of the races this season and the previous season, while also consistently qualifying higher than him in most, if not all, of the Grand Prix. One can say that with him being so young, it's easier for him to adapt to newer cars and regulations in contrast to his driver, who has been racing for quite a while now. But in any scenario, he has made it clear to McLaren that he means serious business when it comes to racing. As far as the season goes, he currently sits at the 7th position with 76 points for his team, which puts him shy of Lewis Hamilton, who is at 6th with 146 points. Meanwhile, Lando's current teammate Daniel Ricciardo sits at 13th place with only 19 points accumulated this season so far. It is due to this performance only that Lando now has McLaren treating him as the primary driver and giving him safer contracts for the future. As the season progresses, Lando's goal would be to get a decent finish at the table and also some podiums. Finally, more about Lando and the Dutch Grand Prix ahead. Moving on to the second race after the summer break, Lando would like to fight it out with his fellow Mercedes drivers for a spot in the higher middle ranks. He did fairly well in the qualifying part in comparison to his teammate Daniel Ricciardo. As fans saw Ricciardo not making it past the first stage of qualifying due to a technical error in the car, the man was able to get the 7th position for the race start this Sunday. He will be optimistic about getting some decent points in this race, as there will be no pressure on him from Daniel Ricciardo. Adding to this, it would be worth mentioning that he seemed fairly confident in his car and on the track in both the practice sessions and the qualifying bit of the Grand Prix. Now all he needs to do is bring it home on Sunday for his team. This would be the driver's first Grand Prix coming out of his breakup, so his fans would want the driver to race with a clear head on Sunday and not let any outside interference affect his race. And given the amount of pressure Norris has sustained successfully so far in Formula One, we are confident that he will put up a show to watch for his fans at the Dutch Grand Prix. That's a wrap for this video. What are your thoughts on the Stars breakup? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.